Hi everyone, welcome to this class. I'm Dami of 𝐓𝐻𝐂𝐇. Today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful jumpsuit with drawstring on the waist and elastic on the chest line. So if this is what you are looking at to learn, please stick to the end of the tutorial. The one I made is the one displayed in the middle. So if you are joining us for the first time, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime you have a new tutorial. For our returning subscribers, thank you all for always coming back. Please give this video a thumbs up and also don't forget to comment if you have any question and also share the video. Thank you for joining us today and let's get started. Alright, so to draft the jumpsuit now, we are going to be drafting the down part first, which is the trouser part. So I folded my fabric into two. I'll be using this Ankara print fabric. So this fabric is about 3.5 yards like that. So I'll be using this fabric for the draft. So once you have your fabric unfold, you're going to be measuring the length of your jumpsuit. So you know the jumpsuit is going to be having the upper part that stops at the waist. So my waistline is 18 inches, so I'm going to be marking 18 inches where it's going to be stopping, and I'll add 0.5 as my joining allowance on the waistline. So I have the borderline here like this. So I have the line here like this. So from this 18 inches now, I'm going to be calculating my crouch depth. So my crouch is hip divided by 4, which my hip is 42 inches. So hip divided by 4 is 10.5, but because this is a jumpsuit, I'll be adding 2 inches for his, and it's also a free jumpsuit, so I'll be adding 2 inches to my 10.5, so I will have 12.5. So this 12.5 is what I'll be using for my crotch depth. Okay, so like this. So on this line now, I'm going to be imputing my hip divided by 4 again, 10.5. I will add 1 inch allowance for the joining. So this is 1 inch allowance for the joining. Then I will add from 3 to 4 inches for ease allowance. It's a free jumpsuit, so I want it to be very free. So I'll be adding 3.5 for my ease. So now for the crotch extension now, so from here, whatever you have from this place to this part here, you are going to measure it and take it up to the waistline. So what I have here is 15 inches, so I will take it to the waist. Don't forget, our waist is going to be having a drawstring, so we need the waist also to be very free. So you have this here, you connect it to the crotch line like this. So for your crotch extension now, you are going to be dividing your hip by 16 inches, whatever you get. So my hip is 42 divided by 16. I have 2.6, so I'm going to be marking it for the crotch extension here. So this is where the extension gets to. So to connect the line now to my waist, I'm going to be coming to this 90 angle 90 joining that we have here, the one coming from the waist and the extension here. So I will step up by 1 inch to have a perfect curve. I've been using this method and it always works. So you're just going to use your free hand or use your curve rule to connect it to the crotch extension like this. So I went up by 1 at this angle and I connected the curve together, so to have the perfect curve at the crotch depth. So whatever you have with your crotch extension is what will be taken down to the hem of the trouser. It's a very free jumpsuit. So we have 18 inches here, so the 18 inches I will take it down to the hem. So on the hem, you measure the length of your jumpsuit and also the folding allowance there. So you had folding allowance like that. So once we have this now, we are done with the front jumpsuit now. So I'll connect the lines together and cut out. Okay, so this is what the front is looking like. You go ahead also and open it on the side. So once we have this one open out like this, we are going to be placing it on a folded fabric again to cut out the back bodice. All right, so I folded fabric into two again, and I added a couple of inches to it, and I've placed this one to on the front block. I've placed it on it like this. So on the crotch length is where we'll be adding another extra inches for the crotch extension for the back. So for my measurement now, I'll be adding 2 inches for the crotch extension. You can add from 1.5 to 2.5 inches for the crotch extension. So this is going to help to accommodate the butts more at the back. So I have added the 2 inches. So from this corner here, you just go up by 1.5 inches to connect it. So we are not going to be adding any anything to any part. The only part to be adding is the crotch extension. So you just connect it back to the waistline like this. And for this side here, you just blend it to the front bodies like this. So you just blend it like this using your curve rule. So once you're able to get this for the back block now, you go ahead and cut out the pattern. So cut out the front also at the back, and also slit open the side. Okay, so with this now, we can fold it and we'll go ahead to draft the upper bodice. Okay, so for our upper bodice now, you'll be folding into 2 again. It is an off shoulder. It has elastic on the upper part and drawstring when you join it to the down part. So we're also going to be using our hip divided by 4, and we'll be adding a couple of allowances to it. But if the bust of the person is more than the hip, you are definitely going to be needing more than the hip measurement. Let's assume that the bust of the person is 45 and the hip is 42. So you are going to be using the 45, then you add a couple of allowances. But because the bust of this person is 38 and the hip is 42, so I'll be using the hip measurement divided by 4, and I'll be adding the 3 allowances we added for the down part also. So I'll be adding it to the upper part also. So that is going to what we'll be using for the elastic on the chest line. So once we have this now, I said the earlier time that my half length is 18 inches, but it is an off shoulder. It is off shoulder, so I'm going to be removing 6 inches. It depends on how low you want it to be. So I'm going to be removing like 6 or 5 inches from it. So let's start our measurement from here. So from this part now, I'm removing 6 inches from this line. So my measurement is going to be starting from here like this. So I have my measurements here like this. So now you know it's going to be having elastic. For the elastic casing, instead of me joining extra fabric to it to make the elastic casing, so I'll be marking out 1.25 for my elastic casing. I'll be using the 1-inch elastic, so I will add 1.25 for the elastic casing like this. So this is where our real measurement is going to be starting from now. So I'm stepping up by 6 inches here. So this is the 6 inches from the elastic casing line, which is not part of our measurement. You know, we have to fold it in to make the elastic casing. So we have this now 6 inches, and the length I'm working with is 18 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch for the joining on the waistline, so I'll add 1 inch to it like this. Okay, so this is what is going to be the length of the top. So now my hip divided by 4 is 10.5, and I will add 3 inches extra plus 1 inch joining for the on the side. You know, I'm going to be having to join the sides together like we did for the pants also. So I will remark it 10.5, 3 inches allowance, and 1 inch for the side joining allowance. So what I have here is 14.5. I will take it to the hem here and connect it together. So I will have this here like this. There will be no need for any armhole or anything. It is a tube top. So okay, so we have this now. So this again I will place on another fabric to mark it out for the back bodice. There will be no need for any zip. You are going to be wearing it from the down parts. There will be no need for zip or whatsoever here. So you place it here, make sure it's equal, then you cut it out. Okay, so I'll be notching this one as my upper part, so I'll know where the upper part is, but you can use any side for your upper part since it's the same measurements we use. So once we have this now, we're going to fold it and we'll go ahead to cut out the side pockets. So for the side seam pockets now, I've cut out the two pieces I'll be using for the fabric for the pocket. So I'll have one pocket on the left and one on the right. So when you fold these two together like this, unfold, I have 9 inches here for the width and 11.5 for the length of the pocket. So once you have the pockets like this, you are going to be opening it up like this and place the two together, right side facing right side. Of course, you place the two together and place the trouser. This is the crotch area. The other side now, which is the side joining, you place it on under it like this. Make sure they align together very well. So on this part now, for your trouser, you are going to go in by 2.5. So you can do 2.5 or 3 inches depending on how you want it. Then the length I'm working with is 6.5. That is where my pocket opening is going to be stopping from. So from this place now, you connect the two lines together like this. You connect together like this. So you cut it together with the pockets that I cut out down. Now don't forget that I opened my pocket. I'm not cutting the first side, I'm only cutting two sides. Please don't make the mistake of cutting the four sides together. Okay, so I have the pocket here like this. So what you do is, this is the pocket, the one I'm replacing as the pocket. So you fold it into two and notch the area. So we'll go ahead now and start the sewing. So you notch the two like this. So once we have this now, you pick one part of the trouser now. This part first, right side facing the right side. So right side of the pocket facing the right side of the pants trouser. So you are going to be you run 1/2 inch stitch down to this part here, then you fold it in to do your side seam pocket. So I will do that and bring it back. Okay, so I've joined the pockets on both sides now. So this is the side seam pockets here, and this is also for this part. So the next we'll be doing is we'll be placing the right side of the fabric, the front. We'll be placing the right side to the right side of the front also. Then we'll be joining it on the crotch area by 1 inch or 0.75. Then the back also will be joining on the crotch side by the same thing. So when we are done joining the front and the back together, we'll place the right side of the front to the right side of the back. Then we're going to join it down on the side seam down to the hem, but we'll not be doing the joining of the hem and the inseam yet. We only join it on the side seam. So for the pants, the down part now, I've joined it on the side and only leaving this inseam before. We are not joining it now, so we'll be joining this one later. So we keep the trouser apart now. So onto the upper part here now, we are going to be joining both sides together by 1/2 inch that we added as our allowance on the side like this. So join both sides together. So once you are done joining, you come to the upper part here like this. Don't forget that we'll be folding in this one as our bony casing, elastic casing. So this is where it stops, so you just fold it in like this, then you fold this inside also to have a finished edge. So you just stitch it all around for the front and also the back. Okay, so I've stitched this elastic casing for the upper part, and I left one small space here to be able to pass the elastic off through. So I'll be using this 1 inch wide elastic. So to know the amount of elastic you are going to be using, since you are going to be wearing the jumpsuits from the down, so you are going to divide your hip divided by 2. My hip divided by 2 is 21 inches. So if you want it to be very tight, you can use 22 inches, but I just want mine to be moderate so that I will not be feeling pain on the chest line. So I'm going to be adding 2 extra inches to it, so that will give me 23 inches. Then I will add ½ inch for the joining of the elastic together. So I'll go ahead now and cut it. So whatever I cut now, I will pass it through. So I'm going to pass this through the casing I've made, then I will top stitch on it. Okay, so I fixed the elastic on the chest line of the upper part. So now is to join this upper part and the trouser parts together. So this is the center of the trouser at the front. So I've also gone ahead to notch the center of the upper part also. So I'm going to be placing this notch part to this center part so that it will be able to align very well, since this only have the joining on the side. So once I align it together like this, I will place the side joining to the side joining of the trouser also. So I'm going to stitch it all round. All right, so I've joined it round on the waist now. So this is what it's looking like. So the next thing to do now is to make a casing for the drawstring. So I'm going to be making the casing outside. So I've cut out this long strip of fabric, which is about 2 inches wide. So I have 2 inches here. So this is what we're going to do on the center front now, where the rope will be coming out. So on the center front here, this is the down part now. So from the down part, you go down by ½ inch, and the upper parts you go up by ½ inch also. So the casing will cover the same line we have on the waist. So you are going to be stopping also ½ inch before the center front on both sides like this. So you cut the cut strip of fabric now, you are going to be putting like this. So maybe you go on this side first, finish the edges like this. So you go on this side, you sew the ½ inch round to finish it on this side now, then you flip it over to this side also and fold it in, then you sew it all around. So I've cut out the strip, that the rope that I'm going to be passing through it. So I will do the sewing and I'll pass the rope through it. All right, so I fixed the casing for the drawstring now. This is what we have here. So the drawstring will help you to adjust the waistline to whatever waist size you desire and how fitted you want it to be. So now that we are done with that part, now we'll go ahead and finish off the inseam. You flip it to the other side, right side to the right side, and sew it all through. And also your hem allowance, you finish off the hem. So this is what the jumpsuit is looking like. So I've closed the inseam here, and also I finished the edges. Okay, also on the chest line, I added this strap on it so that I'll be able to fix it on, you tie it on the shoulder like this. So how to fix it: from the side joining here, I stretch the elastic and I'm marking 6 inches on both sides. So to this side I mark 6 inches, to this side also 6 inches. So I attach one on each side, and also I did the same thing on the other side. So this brings us to the end of the tutorial. Thank you for joining us today. So I'm going to be putting this on the mannequin so that we'll all see how the outcome is. Thank you.